And you know what? If that outside shot isn't there, Dave, Norm Duke, the versatile one, will find a way to move inside.
Just last week, Norm on TV, Cheektowaga, New York, in Buffalo. He was so close, but lost in the final to Doug Kent. Has a 4-pin to start his day here in Fairlawn, Ohio, where he won a Tournament of Champions title. It was 2 majors. ...21-pin loss to Doug Kent. Doug won his first title since 2002. He's back in the Dexter Tournament of Champions field, right on the top of the 28 players. We're into that event. There are 2 regional champs, 2 senior level champs as well. And now the energetic, charismatic Chris Collins. His wife Julie is here. We'll tell you a lot about that family. Tremendous athletic backgrounds. High first shot for Chris Collins as he goes for his first ever title.
Can I grab a ball over there?
Good add a ball to the arsenal early here, Randy.
Well, he's going for another ball to shoot the 3.6910, the hardest spare on tour. You see a lot of players nowadays throwing the ball straight right at the 3.9 and trying to carry the 6.10 out because of all the oil down the lane, because of all the oil to the right. It's really hard to get the ball to hook into this spare.
And he covers nicely. Well done by Chris Collins. And that gets us into our first Ace Hardware matchup of the day. Collins looks for his first title. Norm has won 22 times as he tries to climb that list.
Chris Collins, like I said earlier, he lost only 1 game in match play, 2 sweeps. His last 2 matches, the round of 16 and the round of 8. Norm Duke, man, like he said, he keeps going to the well. Eventually, he's going to find water, and who knows? He's going up against a guy who's only making his 2nd career telecast.
The first came in suburban Albany, New York this year. Takes down all 10. He beat Jack Turek from the Buffalo area in the semifinals and lost to Mike Wolf, as we talked about. His wife Julie did make that show as well. His twin brother Chip is here. Chip, a very good athlete in his own right, excellent bowler, and what a golfer he is, as you know very well.
Yes, I do. Had a chance to play golf with Chip in Alabama. He never missed a shot for 36 holes.
Yeah, there's Chip in the background behind Norm Duke. Yearly had the big 4, has a very difficult split to deal with.
Yeah, he goes through the nose and leaves the 4-10, and you know, it looks like a similar line that he played last week, with the exception of ball speed. But keep in mind one thing, this oil pattern is nothing like we bowled on last week, and I have no idea how those guys are able to play outside on a pattern you're not supposed to play out on.
Leaves a 10, early open frame for Norm Duke. So that's a big question mark, Randy, as we see how Norm got here over Joe Ciccone in the round of 8. Joe trying to make his 2nd show, works on our ESPN shows. Nice week for him. Mike Scroggins, who beat Norm for the Masters title this year in Milwaukee. Norm has had just a tremendous season. 6 shows. That's tops on the tour. He is top 5 in earnings. Tommy Jones is the leader. He's number 3.
2nd on the point list.
2nd in points. So Norm has been brilliant all year long, just can't get himself over the top, especially in a final, to win a tour title, which would be his 23rd of his great career. We asked him yesterday, glass half empty, half full, with the 6 shows but no wins, and he said, doesn't matter when you lose. If it's in the finals, it's even more painful than losing early on at a tournament. He considers himself a loser in that event. You have to win the title. That's what they're all bowling for. Same for Chris Collins, who's high again.
I'll tell you what, you keep leaving the 3.6910, and eventually you're going to miss one. He's got the same thing left in the first frame. But, you know, getting back to what you were talking about with Norm Duke, he'd rather finish 3rd, 4th, finish 6th, not even make the telecast, than to finish 2nd. He said 2nd, there's There's not a worse feeling in the world than finishing second because you were right there. You had a chance to win, and you let it slip through your fingers.
Second straight time, Chris converts the difficult spare multi-pin pickup.
Yeah, that's like throwing a three-bagger on tour when you make the 3, 6, 9, 10, then you go strike, then you make the 3, 6, 9, 10 again.
Red hot bowling for Chris Collins to get this far. 4-game sweeps, round of 16, round of 8. First full year on tour for Chris Collins.
Mark Williams, a past Tournament of Champions winner in this center. Commissioner's exemption, made match play. Nice bowling, Mark.
And a nice shot on that lane for Chris Collins, who's dialed in there as he strikes for the second straight time.
All right, come on, let's get that right lane,
This
baby.
is quite a month for Chris Collins. He turns 37 March 11th, so that's just in a couple days. His wedding anniversary with his wife, Julie, is coming up on March 15th. Her birthday is March 16th. So a lot of things are happening in the Collins family over the next few days. And oh, by the way, they're moving back to her native Savannah, Georgia. They picked out an area near a river. Chris loves to water ski. That's all coming up. He'd like to get to that new townhouse or condo, a PBA champ for the first time. Another tough split for Normie.
Yeah, that's a pretty tough break there. That ball was just a little bit high. Instead of just leaving the 4-pin or leaving just the 9, he leaves both.
Norm down by 13 pins as we speak here. 4th frame. Kicks it across the deck, but leaves the 9, so another open frame for Norm. He's had 2 in the first 4 frames of action here, and now the deficit expands to 25 pins. Our score here today in suburban Akron. Collins is working on a strike when he steps up for his 5th frame.
And Norm is going to be in serious trouble if Chris Collins finds the right lane.
Fifth frame for Normie. Perfect shot. Exactly what Duke needed. But Collins with a chance to really take a stranglehold in this semifinal match. The winner takes on the winner of Steve Jarrett's Walter Ray Williams Jr. That's coming up later today here on ESPN's live coverage, Denny's PBA Tour. Walter Ray goes for number 41 to tie Earl Anthony's all-time tour title record. See the numbers this week. Chris up 25. A strike here puts him up 35 pins.
Wow.
Man. Shrapnel everywhere, and somehow the 8-pin stands up.
Well, he thought the ball wasn't going to hit the pocket. As he lets go of this, he goes, wow. And the ball just freezes right there, and he's a stone 8. And thus far, not one player, either Norm or Chris Collins, has struck on the right lane.
So it will be a mystery for these bowlers to try to unravel here. Takes care of the single pin conversion. Chris has his wife here, Julie we saw, his twin brother Chip, his dad Ronnie, who was a great college basketball player at the University of South Carolina.